Okay guys, this is Mr. Hayes and I am going to work on a one-point perspective video of a street in a city. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you guys a couple of ways to handle things. One is you can just use your ruler and it works out pretty good. So here we have our ruler. We can use that. If we don't have a ruler, you can take a piece of regular lined paper and fold it the long way like this and make your own straight edge. Now I'll open this up real quick. So take a piece of regular lined paper and it's just like this, like so. All right, and if you fold it up, it can make a really nice straight edge. So I'm going to fold this. It takes me a little bit here. It's not the easiest thing to, you'd think it would be simple, but sometimes it's like folding the map and the old-fashioned maps in the glove box. So make sure you got one edge that overlaps everything. And there you go. You've got a homemade straight edge. I'm going to start out by using the ruler. Now the first step you want to do, and I am just using my sketchbook, and I'm sorry that I don't have any other stuff, but this should work pretty good. I'm going to zoom in one more time so you get a better look at it. And we're going to do our horizon line, and that's simply where the ground meets the sky. So this is the sky, this is the ground. So I'm going to put the first line in right here. That is my horizon line. Sorry about my camera. It seems to be having technical difficulties right now. Here you go. There's the horizon line right there. Okay, and in the center of the horizon line, I'm going to put an X, and that's my vanishing point, or VP. Okay, now at the base of the drawing, I'm going to set my ruler kind of parallel to the bottom of the sketchbook. If you look, it's right, I lined it up with the bottom edge of my sketchbook, and I'm going to make one little line like this, and I'm going to make another little line like so. Okay, so like that. So we should have three lines, one across here, that's our horizon line, ground meets the sky, our vanishing point, and two smaller lines down here. And they run right off the page. If you look, they run right off the page. Now from there, I'm going to draw back from this point to my X up here. So I line my ruler up like so, and I'm going to put a line in like this. All right? And then after that, I'm going to go to the other side and I'm going to put another line in like so. And so now your drawing should look like this. Now would be a good time to take a little break from watching and just make sure you've got all your lines where they belong. So this is the first line, our horizon line. The next thing we do is we put in our vanishing points. Our vanishing point right here. Now then we line our ruler up with the bottom edge of our paper and we put a line here and a line here. And then from there we go from this edge, from this spot to the vanishing point, and from this spot to the vanishing point. All right, so if you need to make any changes, now would be a good time to stop the video. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the lines for my first building. Well, actually for the wall of the building. So I'm over here on the left, and I go from this corner here, I'm going to go straight up. Now I got to be parallel with the edge of my paper. So parallel means like railroad tracks from the top. You can't, they don't get smaller. So here we go. We're going up just above our horizon line like that. So there's my line right there. And it's parallel, so these two edges don't ever meet. So it's parallel with the edge of my paper. Now, I'm going to go to the other side, do the same thing. They don't have to be the same size. So I'm going to make this one a little bit shorter, like that. So now would be a good time to stop and take a look at your drawing, compare it to mine. All right? Now we're going to finish this wall and this wall. So we're going to start on the left here, and we're going to take a parallel line with the top of my paper. I'm just going to draw to the left. Okay? So if you look, all we did was make a rectangle with the edge of my paper being the end of the line. Now we're going to go to the other side and do the same thing. I make another rectangle. Okay? So now you have a drawing that has one rectangle and another rectangle. Now we're going to change gears. So it'll be a good time for you to pause, take a look, make sure you got it right. Now from this top point of the rectangle right here, we're going to draw back exactly to our X. So we are going to go like this. But we're not going to draw all the way back. We're going to double check. Does my ruler go through here? And does it touch there? And it does. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to stop right there. Okay. Now, on the other side, we do the same thing. I'm going to go from the top corner of the rectangle back to the X. So here we go. Sorry, I just bumped the camera with my head and knocked it out of whack. Now you let it focus again. I'm sorry about that. All right, so your drawing should look like this. You've got your rectangles. You got those lines going back. Now these two lines are going back. And now again, if I put my ruler on there, it goes exactly back to my X. And exactly back to my X. Now let's finish the shape. From here, we're going to go straight down. So here we go. We go straight down. Bang. And we have our first building shape. And then from here, on the right-hand side, we go straight down. Bang. Now take a second. Got to do a little erasing. There we go. Now take a second and look over your drawing. Does it look like that? Now the next thing we need to do is we need to get rid of the horizon line inside the building because our buildings are solid. So we're going to erase. Okay. There. And we're going to use this the straight edge we made, and we're going to brush the crumbs off because sometimes if we brush our hands across there, it can rub the graphite, and we don't want that to smear. We do the same thing here on the right. I hope you guys are having a good day. My day has been kind of hectic with all the new technology stuff and everything else. I had to try real hard to get this video done for you, to get you started on your project, and get it on YouTube for you before the class starts. All right, so we have one building shape and another building shape. Now, our next thing to do, and I keep bumping the camera with my head, so I'm thinking I might pull the camera down a little and tip it just a bit. There we go. That might be, but maybe that'll keep me from bumping my noggin on it. There we go. So, there's the start of this. We're right at about 9 minutes. I'm going to keep going because we've got a little more time. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make another building. So here on the left, I'm going to take my ruler and see this edge right here? I'm going to line my ruler up with that edge. And now watch what I do. I pull the ruler back like that and make a space. And now I go straight up from there, and I'm going to make this building a little taller, like that. So you should have a line like so. And then I'm going to make the top edge here like this. Okay. Do you see it? So it's kind of an upside down L. And then I'm going to line up my ruler. Yep, all my lines are parallel. I'm going to slide over, and I'm going to make another rectangular shape right here, but we're not done. We've got this side of the rectangle, the top of the rectangle, this side of the rectangle. We need the bottom of the rectangle. So just like that. Now, since we don't want to get confused, we can erase the horizon line where our rectangle is. Okay. Now, we need to come back to our vanishing point from the top corner of this rectangle right here down to there. Now, we don't want to go all the way down. We just want to go part of the way down. There's that. And then from that spot right there, we're going to come straight down. Now, when you look at this, is my ruler parallel with this line? Yes, it is. And then I'm going to erase the horizon line that's right there. And sometimes if you got a junky eraser that doesn't have any sharp edges, it's a little more challenging to erase things. Anyway, here we go. Now we have 1, 2 buildings, and 3 buildings. Now we need to put another building on this side. So let's go line our ruler up with this edge. See right here, right here. Line your ruler up on there. Then slide it over very carefully so it's still parallel. And we're going to go straight up to right about there. Okay. Now we're going to make our rectangle. We're going to go straight over right about there. And then straight down. Okay. Now we have the right side of our rectangle, the top of our rectangle, the left side of our rectangle. We need the bottom of our rectangle. So here we go. We're going to make the bottom. So there we go. Now let's take the horizon line out that we don't need, because you can't see through the building because it's not made of glass. It's going to be a solid building. It might have a window, but you can't see all the way through it. Okay, from the top corner of this rectangle right here, we're going to draw down to our X. Like that. And then we're going to go straight down. Now remember, guys, anytime during this process, if you're falling behind or you're getting a little confused, first of all, don't be criticizing yourself. That doesn't mean you can't draw this. It just might mean that I'm going a little too fast. So go back and rewatch or rewind. We don't rewind anymore. Just go back in the video, watch the section again, or pause what you have and take a good look at your drawing. Now, perspective drawing, I make it look easy, but I've been doing it for about 25, 30 years, so I've got a lot of practice. So if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. Now, I am going to stop the video here because we're right at 15 minutes and I've got to get it processing. And hey, you guys take care of yourselves. Be safe. I'll see you during class time. I love you guys and I miss you. The art room is not nearly as exciting without you guys. Anyway, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.